Okay, welcome guys to the next video. On this time we're going to be chatting about where I see the Bitcoin price going and when is the Bitcoin price actually going to become bullish, and when we're going to actually, we had a death cross here, and when we're actually going to have a golden cross and eventually start going upwards. Okay, shout out to one of our members on our chat group, Telegram chat group, which is ERIK. He actually requested me to do this video, this technical analysis on the Bitcoin price and where we're going to see the potential recovery point where the Bitcoin price is going to go further up and higher. Okay, as you all know, we've had a death cross over here. On the daily, this is the Bitcoin US dollar index chart, okay, where the price is not lagging, it's almost up to date. So it's better using this chart, and obviously the information goes back a lot further in history. Okay, as you can see, we've got all these circles here with these vertical lines. This is where I am predicting what the Bitcoin price is going to do in the immediate short term and the longer term. Okay, there is a bit of a twist to where I see the price breaking out and going higher. Okay, in the immediate short term, as you can see here, we have got the 21 EMA and the 50 MA. Okay, in order for the price to go upwards, this 21 EMA needs to be above the 50 MA. Okay, then price can go up. Price can go up from this point. Okay, from if they cross, price will go up and then get rejected from the 200 MA and come back down. Price even may come back down to this section over here and then bounce back up and then come back down and then bounce and then come back down until we reach this section over here where we can actually break out. Now this date is here, is on the 7th of Jan, which I'm saying that we could have the end of the bear market, because face it guys, we are in a bear market, okay, because we've had a death cross before. All right, so this is where my technical analysis comes into play. I'll explain where I get this information from, and obviously the time frames. Okay, so first of all, we are going to get a point of breakout possibly to this area, which is the 44k. Okay, now at the same time, if the Bitcoin price keeps going down, this 200 MA will come down as well. If the price goes up, the MA goes up like that. Okay, and so does the 50 MA. Okay, all right, so what I've taken, how I've gotten this point, data point over here, okay, is that I've taken in the past, let's just go back, let's just go all the way back to the previous. Okay, I've taken from the death cross to where we had a golden cross. Okay, I've taken that date, which is around about 570 days, okay, which we've been in a bear market. Then I've taken it again over here, death cross to golden cross. Oh, sorry, here we go. This one over here, golden cross, which is around about 381 days. And then the final one where we were in the bear market, where we had, where we had the COVID-19. Okay, so we had a death cross over here, and we had a golden cross over there, and that was 208 days. So now I've taken the 570, 381, and the 208. I've taken the 570, and I've taken, and I minus the 381 with the following one, okay, following death cross and the golden cross, which is 189. Then I've taken the 381, which is what I showed you down here. Then I've taken the 381 minus, subtract the 381 by the 208, and it comes down to 173. So I've taken the 189 and the 173, okay, and it gives me 16. All right. So then I've taken the previous death cross to the golden cross, which is the 208 days it took, okay, in the bear market. And now minus 16 days, just minus 16 days, okay. So I've taken it virtually from there to here, measured it out, and it comes to 292 days over here, and that's my point of breakout, okay. That's where the market recovers, starts to recover, breaks out over here, and then heads up further up, okay. So that's where I've come up with that theory, okay. It's probably not going to be accurate, but there's a couple of things that I am wanting to point out to you now. Let's go back right to the beginning, okay, where we had our first bear market, okay, which is our market cycle top, which is at $32, okay. Now I'm just going to draw a trend line from the top down, okay, following our peaks, your pivotal highs, okay, and we're going to follow down towards these areas, whoops, and bring the line across down to there, okay. So now obviously we've got a pivotal high over here, okay. This is the highest we have come, and we broke back down, okay. Now what I'm looking at is the area, okay, see the area there. Let me just make this white, and let's make this larger, not thicker, okay. So the pivotal point is in that area, so that's the point of breakout over there, okay. Okay, so we had a touch point there, we got rejected all the way down, and then finally we got a point up over here, and we came up. That's exactly where, very, very close to where the 21 EMA crossed over the 50 MA on the daily chart, okay. You see we got the opposite here. The 21 EMA crosses down below the 50 MA, and we have a spiral down. And then we started to have a market recovery, okay? Market recovery over there. Now, let's just make this smaller and shorter. Now I'm going to take this trend line, and I'm going to bring it up over here. Okay? So now you can see this section over here. We got a pivotal high over here, which is inside of the trend line, okay? Because as trend lines go along, you need to draw from the all-time high down to where you got your previous high, okay, which is your obviously your lower high, okay. So then you bring it down to your pivotal high over here, okay, which is the highest. It's higher than this area over there on your daily, okay. That's your pivotal high. This is your pivotal low, okay, your pivotal low and your pivotal low. So we're going to the pivotal high in this area here. We bring it straight across, and where do we find? We come along with this pivotal high over here, because there's your pivotal low. And then where do you find the breakout? So we find the breakout over here, okay. Bit of a fake out, because at the moment now the 200 MA is floating around too closely to this area, okay. So obviously the market needs more structure to be able to, for the bulls to come back in, or the whales to come back in, and bring the price slowly back up again, okay. So once we have a breakout across of this area, so even if we take this across there and we put into the pivotal high over here, so our trend line, okay, then you see over there we get a breakout, okay. We take it again and we extend this over there. So there we got the wick over there, and eventually we get our breakout. Comes a little bit later, okay. All right, so let me show you how we go on in the chart, and we go further, okay. You'll get to know exactly what I'm going to get at now. So there we got the pivotal high, okay, the all-time high of that section, okay, and then there we go, okay. So you guys are seeing what I'm seeing here, okay. There we go. Once again, we get a slightly breakout there, but once again it was a fake out, guys. So obviously there was not enough time for the market to come down and to recuperate and we gain liquidity, because we came down so fast and came back up. So we got to gain liquidity in this area, okay. Got to build market structure before we can actually start going up, okay. So now I'm going to pull this and stretch this across, okay. There we got the breakdown, okay, because obviously the MA, 50 MA is above the 21 EMA. We bring it across to the next pivotal high, okay, which is that section over there, and then very close to that section we get a breakout when the 21 EMA goes above the 50 MA, okay. All right, that's two sections now. Now we're going to go through to this section here where we had the COVID, okay. Well, no, sorry, here's the COVID. I'm just going to scroll in so you guys can see exactly. So here we go from the all-time high down to the pivotal high over here, okay, because you see nothing's in line with that one. Nothing has reached the high of this, has reached the resistance line, downward sloping resistance line. We've reached it there, okay. We've got a bit of a breakout, okay. You see, we're coming straight down, bit of a breakout. The 21 EMA pops over the 50 MA, and then we go up. But unfortunately now, we're still on a downward spiral because the 200 MA needs more time to recover, okay, with the price action. We need more structure, okay, more buys and sells in the market to create more structure, market structure, okay. So now we go to the next pivotal high, which is this section over here, and we draw the line straight across, okay. Then we see right over here, we get a breakout, okay. The 21 EMA, right, is now above the 50 MA for the final time, okay. And then we break out, but at the same time we are above the 200 MA, okay. So what happens there? This is your golden cross, okay. Right, now let's go back to this section over here, and we do it again. Same scenario. I'm going to pull it all the way through to this pivotal high over there. You see that section there? And I'm going to pull it straight across. Okay. So in this virtually almost the same area, okay, that we get across, we get a golden cross, and then price explodes and goes upwards. Market recovers. Okay. The same over here. We go across. Okay. We see over there. Okay. Obviously we had a black swan event, was obviously the COVID happened over here. And then we broke out. Okay. There was a fake out, guys. That's a fake out. Okay. Because we are just going above the 200 MA, but there was not enough market structure to continue. If we did not have COVID happen, okay, then we would have had a fantastic breakout and price would have continued in this way. Okay. Still speculative, but we can't say because COVID did happen. We can't say if COVID never happened, what would the price do? Okay. Market crash. We almost had a meltdown of the financial systems as well happening, but then pretty soon after that we recovered. Okay. All right. So now we've got the same scenario over here. Okay. All right. So at the moment now, price, we're looking at hopefully crossing the 21 EMA. Okay. With the 21 EMA and the 50 MA. which will have our price coming up to this section over here. Now, what the issue is that I'm seeing at the moment is that, remember that I told you about, yes, okay, we might have a peak up to this section over here. We might peak out into this area here. We might come up, bounce off the resistance line over there, okay? Oops. Bounce off the resistance line, okay, with the upward sloping resistance line, which is this section over here. I'll just actually highlight it so you got more color, so you can see it. Okay, there's your symmetrical triangle, guys. That's your symmetrical triangle right there. Okay, so we might see a bounce off this area, which is in the region of the 32,000 mark. Okay, break out, because we are getting close. The 21 EMA is getting close to the 50 MA. You see the trajectory of the 50 MA is going down. The trajectory of this one is going straight, and hopefully it's going to curl up and we get a breakout. Okay, because what happens each time we get the crossover, you see there, blue and green. The blue goes above the green, which is the 50 MA, and the 21 EMA is the blue one. Okay, so yes, but what happens prior to that? Okay, so we need more market structure in order for us to get above the 200 MA. Okay, we break out, we can't get out of there. Okay, it pulls us back down and we come back down. Okay, guys, you understand that now? Okay, so what I was seeing here is that, yeah, this is a daily chart, so one candle is 1 day. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I give it a week. A week, 2 weeks at the most, depending on the price action. If we come down more, obviously the 21 EMA is coming down. We struggle to pass the 21 EMA because the 200 MA is right above it over there. We might have a better chance now if we come down, we bounce. We might hit the 50 MA, bounce, and then come back up, and then chop around like that, and then come back down. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for the short-term forecast at the moment, guys. But if we happen to break out and make another pivotal high over here, okay, so that pivotal high over there. So I'm going to draw another line across. Okay. We stretch that all the way across. Okay, so now this, then theoretically, this now will make the term of the Bitcoin price longer to break out and recover. Okay, you remember previously in the video? Okay, scroll back, go back to the beginning, and look at where I drew the lines. Okay, so we've got the pivotal point there, the first one. Okay, in the market structure, we need to make market structure. So if we do break out over here, we make it a pivotal high, or even if you continue to break out over here, make another pivotal high. There's your market structure. We're creating market structure as we're going along. As the Bitcoin price is going along, we're getting the buys and the sells, the shorts and the longs all the time. So then that just makes the time at which the Bitcoin price will recover and eventually break out to the upside and go further up indefinitely for the next year, 6 months, whatever case would be. It will just take a little bit longer. Okay, guys, that's what I'm seeing now in the market. That's what I'm seeing now happening in the next couple of days, a week. Okay, so we need to see what's going to happen. So if we break this line, this section over here, which is the symmetrical triangle, then it is a good sign. But we might just come down further. We might come down further and float around this area for the next 192 days and then break out. Okay. If we can hit another pinnacle high here, We might come down a little bit lower, but not as low as the area in this. Okay, so the price won't be coming as low, so we'll end up going not as low and then breaking out in this time period over here. Okay, another point I want to take quickly before the end of the video now is this section over here. See, remember, this is taking it not from the all-time high. Okay, I'm just following the trend lines at the moment and just trying to rattle my brain to get some idea of where we're going with the price of the Bitcoin. Okay, when are we going to recover? When are we going to stabilize? When are we going to come down further? Okay, this is the furthest that I think I will come down to, or we will come down to, is around about the 26. Okay, the last resort is around about the 24. Okay, if we take the lines across like this, okay, there's confluence there because now we're seeing a cluster right over there. There's confluence over there. We're seeing a cluster right over there. I don't see it going down to the 19K, guys. I don't see it coming down. The reason why is because, let's take this line away. The reason why is because, let me just scroll in a little bit more for you guys. Okay, we take this trend line, which is currently being followed now at the moment. We're getting resisted and rejected in this line. Okay, if we happen to break this upward sloping resistance line, okay, because there's got one touch, two touch. Okay, now if we draw the line and we take the line straight across like that, okay, there's our downward sloping or falling wedge from this line to that line. Okay, you can even take the falling wedge from this line over here to that line over there. Okay, which is in a region of that same price, okay, which is in the region of there. Okay, so if you look left, okay, that's where the cluster is there. Okay, where this dotted line is. That's exactly the same point as where this point is pointing to now. Okay, so if we do break down, this is a fairly strong downward sloping support line, guys. Okay, so I'm watching this channel. Last resort is this downward sloping support line over here, and this top one over here, which is that one over there. Okay, which is actually a channel, a downward sloping channel. You can see it there. All right, so this is what I'm looking at in the short term and in the long term, where the price will go, when the price is going to break out and eventually recover. Okay, so key points, guys. This section over here, this area here, which is the 24K, and then this section over here, which is the 26K. These are my key levels over here. Okay, breakout soon to the top. If you can get going, you never know, the bulls might come in, but I highly doubt it because the 200 MA is above the 50 MA, guys. Very seldom in the charts has Bitcoin been able to break this level. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, Eric. Hopefully I've explained myself correctly. If you feel like you need to ask questions on the chat group, the Telegram chat group, just hit up the questions there, guys, and then I'll explain further. But I just wanted to keep this already 23 minutes. So it's a pretty long video already. But yeah, 7th of Jan. I think so, hey? Unless something happens drastically, then Bitcoin goes up. Okay? Around about November, December in this section over here. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, thanks very much and have a fantastic day.